Good evening everyone, this is CityCast News and I am Shakib Zubair
and Anushka Sharma bringing you the news. The residents of Belur Ambedkar Nagar complain the apartments allotted to them are uninhabitable. Our reporter Shakib talks to them and tells us about their concern.
The apartments built by the Slum Development Board are ready for occupation, but the beneficiaries say the houses are unfit to live in. Residents complain about the damaged walls and the lack of basic amenities like water supply and electricity.
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿರೋ ಜಾಗ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಫುಲ್ಲು ಮೋಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ರಾಕ್ ಇದೆ, ವಾಲಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ರಾಕ್ ಇದೆ, ಇನ್ನ ಫ್ಲೋರ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗೇ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಇವಾಗ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಖಾಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು? ನಮ್ಗೆ ಆ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸತ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಸಾಯಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ಲಿ. ಬದುಕಂಗಿದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಬದುಕಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಡಿ.
The new quarter is 10 km away from the Ambedkar Nagar, and it remains as an additional concern for the slum dwellers.
You know, the government doesn't have to bring money by private builders. You just give the land rights, the people will build their own houses. That will solve the problem.
The Belur Ambedkar residents are moving to a settlement where there are security threats and lack of basic amenities.
Staying with the construction woes of the flyover on the West Court Road is delayed. Our reporter Shikha Jaiswal tells us the reason for the delay of the construction.
This busy road is partially blocked by construction work. The 8-kilometer cord road will be signal-free once the construction is completed. With the rains, construction work has slowed down. Business in the area face losses. And commuters have to deal with slow-moving traffic and jam each time.
तो 40 लोग खाने के लिए आते थे, अभी काम पे ठीक से नहीं आ रहा है वो लोग, क्योंकि पेमेंट ठीक से नहीं मिल रहा है, इसका वजह से वो लोग ठीक से काम भी छोड़ के जा रहा है.
Earlier, an underpass was planned at this junction. Residents protested against felling of trees to construct this. So, they changed the plan and started working on the flyover.
Bangalore are falling behind schedule, and when they're completed, they fall woefully behind on the capacity, is because of absolutely lack of planning by a civic agency like BBMP as well as by the executing agency.
Contractor of the flyover said the construction of flyover will be completed within the next 6 months.
Despite professional photography being banned at Cubbon Park, people use DSLRs to capture photos and videos. Our reporter Priyansh Verma tells us more about it.
The Horticulture's department ban on professional photography at Cubbon Park is not being implemented. There are many professional camera enthusiasts who go to Cubbon Park to take pictures every day.
Many people there also, they are using it. Right now when I entered, I am able to see many professional cameras. They are doing a photo shoot and this on the weekend. Most of them from the family, they come.
The Horticulture department says that they have not given any permission to anybody for any specific shoot at Cubbon Park.
Not given the permission officially, but people are using it. I know it. Parks comes under Preservation Act, and there will be a lot of damage to the birds, especially with the photography, and even the ecosystem will be damaged.
However, experts feel that the ban on the cameras do not affect the birds or the ecosystem, so the ban should be lifted.
How can you? There are so many people in the world. People are taking the pictures of the birds all over the world.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes we become very extreme in our views. How is it going to affect the bird? The bird size. Oh, the biodiversity of birds, the various kinds of birds, the various kinds of butterflies, the squirrels.
Yes.
Whatever the biodiversity the park has to be captured, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
What is the camera meant for?
Yes, sir.
More than half of the houses in the city have not installed rainwater harvesting. Our reporter Sumaya Jonet will tell us about the consequences of it.
A recent data states that 64,300 houses in Bangalore have not yet installed rainwater harvesting structure. This accounts more than 50%. Owners say that they have not installed because it is expensive and difficult to maintain.
I wasn't aware of this rainwater harvesting system, but I also figured out that there must be some cost of maintenance, and we don't really know when there's going to be rain, so it's a little unpredictable. And also maybe a lot of houses may have space issues to install the system and all of that.
People have to install rainwater harvesting system because it reduces the usage of Kaveri water. Kaveri water is taken from 100 kilometers and then filtered into 4 stages. That requires huge amount of electricity.
According to that latest amendment, BWSSB have penalized nearly 60,000 households those implement rainwater harvesting.
The city corporation is working on creating awareness about the installation of these systems.
People are not installing rainwater in Bangalore because they are getting enough amount of Kaveri water. And the people are ready to pay fine but not to install rainwater harvesting.
Due to recent flood in state, the city may not face water crisis till coming summer. But the long-term solution to tackle water crisis in Bangalore is to install rainwater harvesting system.
Yelahanka witnesses the maximum number of road accidents this year. Our reporter Nikita Gupta will tell you more about it.
28 people died in road accidents in Yelahanka alone. The area also has the most number of accidents in the city this year. Last year's data shows Kerpura area as a hotspot. The number of accidents in Yelahanka was 221 and Kerpura had 283 road accidents last year. Ranjana, investigating officer, Traffic Police Department Yelahanka, says center median is not of the right height and this causes accidents involving pedestrians. He also says rash driving, drink and drive and heavy good vehicles wearing lengthy meter are some of the other reasons.
Accident will never be caused. It is man-made. But creating or constructing the median, where the median is cut open, that says that vehicle also can take a turn or people also can cross. We have to create an infrastructure facility at the median open so people can cross by zebra crossings or even vehicle also can take a U-turn.
Despite the ban of plastic in the city, vendors continue to use plastic bags in the city market. Our reporter Ambalika Banerjee takes us through the story.
KR market vendors say they do not have a choice other than using plastic because it is convenient and cheap. Cloth bags are expensive and cost about 10 rupees. Hence, plastic is widely in use as compared to cloth bags.
प्लास्टिक बंद हो चुका है, लेकिन अभी सस्ते में मिल रहा है, अभी यूज़ कर रहा है. वो दूसरा बैग और वगैरह लेके आने का ज़्यादा पैसा ज़्यादा होता है.
BBMP bans manufacturing, storing and using of all single-use plastics. The plastic used for packaging of milk and milk products are exempted.
99% is implementing, it is not using, but some little bit people we have to take use.
The penalty for commercially using the plastic can fine up to 50,000 rupees, whereas for domestic use it can be up to 1,000 rupees.
It has had a very low impact in terms of implementation, but at least it's a step in the right direction. There were some loopholes in the sense that it did not define what kind of alternatives people will adopt.
Bengaluru has the law that needs to curb the use of plastic. However, without an economic alternative to plastic, people are finding it difficult to curb the use of it.
Russell Market has irregular garbage collection. Our reporter Srijita Sen tells us about the condition of the market.
This garbage is not cleaned for days. The garbage is not segregated. Shopkeepers in the area say the residents also dump their garbage here.
एक रोज आता, एक रिपेयर हो गया तो नहीं आता गाड़ी, तो उधर आके लेकर जाता. हाँ ठीक से होता है, थोड़ा थोड़ा बास से उधर जाने के लिए नहीं होता. रोज उठाता है, फिर भी डालता कचरा।
Earlier this year, BBMP decided to monitor garbage collection digitally through mobile applications due to the criticism they had faced regarding this matter.
Every day, our people will go PK Paur Karmika. They are collected routinely early morning and visiting. Junior health inspector is there, senior health inspector is there, medical health officer is there, SWM, the separate is there, solid waste management AW. And surprisingly, sometimes our special commissioner directly inspecting.
The local ward committees are set up to prepare the solid waste management action plan according to the ward's needs. Environmentalists say that the city is covered in black spots despite the government's initiatives. The problem, they say, is because residents do not segregate their waste.
So people who generate waste, who generates waste? We generate, right? We, the residents of the city, companies, organizations, and factories, we are generating all the waste. So why is it that generation of the waste goes scot-free and the people who collect it have to make all the effort? It's fundamentally flawed.
Unless the citizens take up the responsibility of the garbage they generate, it might be difficult to tackle the problem. Srijita Sen, CityCast.
Thank you for joining with us. Log on to CityCast for more stories. Shakib Zubair,
Anushka Sharma.